What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the DLC Cafe, the gaming talk show where we encourage you to sit down with a cup of your favorite hot beverage as we discuss the latest gaming news before we end off with something fun and sweet. It is I, and him on the left, and him on the bottom.
You got it. I honestly, I would fail first time. Actually, I got it. Wow. We didn't practice that before. I
No, no,
promise.
no, no, no.
We
Totally
didn't
off the
practice.
cuff. Totally off the
Yeah.
cuff. Yeah.
Well
But for
done.
real, yeah. Thank you. But for real though, I'm Ethan, also known as Game Wiz, and I'm joined by these absolute chads over here. Eric, also known as King Levchuk, and Hunter, also known as Bean Credit.
Eric might be muted. Maybe.
I think he is.
I caught
Oh,
Psych, I unmuted myself on the one thing and didn't mute it on the other way.
We
Let's
got it.
go.
Hey, we got it.
oh man, how you boys doing tonight?
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
Speak for yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm doing.
Oh.
Wow,
okay.
all right.
You're right,
Jeez,
you're
coming off
right.
Strong already. Okay. Well, of course, gentlemen, what are we drinking tonight?
I've moved back to the peach tea.
Peach tea. Okay.
That's peach,
Okay.
of course. And then I
course, you
also got some mango hibiscus pure leaf tea.
Because one
Oh.
wasn't enough, huh?
Wow.
yeah,
wow,
we
the
gotta-
double.
up.
Really gotta show us up like that.
The
yeah.
first time on the podcast, got the
Uncalled for,
double
bro.
tea.
the double tea.
Yeah, I feel a little disrespected
A
almost.
little bit. Yeah. And of course, you moved to the peach tea, and I go back to the blueberry as soon as you
Oh.
move on. It's
Gotta
unlike-
rotate the teas then.
You're right. You're
Mhm.
right.
I'm rocking just the standard orange pico. I felt like going back to the roots today.
Yeah,
Back to
I
the
almost
roots.
went orange pico too.
Mhm,
Vibe with that.
Damn.
I
mhm,
rock with
mhm.
that, bro.
Oh yeah.
Rock with that. Rock with that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, all right. So Eric, earlier today you were telling me you were making a breakfast sandwich. What was on this breakfast sandwich?
Oh,
You said it was gonna
okay.
be pretty fire.
Step one: cheese bagel. Has to be a cheese bagel.
Oh,
Cheese bagels
okay.
are just great.
I like this already.
Then I did a pepper, which was pretty good.
Okay.
Some cheese, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese bagel and the cheese. I did maple bacon. I wasn't sold on it though today. It was a little too thin.
Really?
I was a little
Okay.
disappointed. It was a little thin. And then just like eggs.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
peppers, cheese. Oh, and barbecue sauce, just because a little bit of
I
sauce.
don't know about the peppers, bro.
Bro,
Why?
bell peppers, air fried bell peppers. Oh,
Oh,
Game
okay.
changing.
Okay. So not like raw. They're actually like sauteed.
no,
a
actually,
little
yeah.
bit.
Oh yeah. No,
Okay.
not raw.
Okay. All right. I dig that. All right. Well, actually, that leads me into today's opening question here, gentlemen. How do you prefer your bacon? Are you on Team Crispy or Team Chewy?
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna make a poll for this as well. I think I can do that.
Do you need a sec to think about it?
No, I think I'm definitely. I think I sit in the middle, to be completely honest.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that's definitely like the ideal bacon, somewhere halfway in the middle. But if you had to be on one side, what would you be on?
I'd rather it be like a little chewy than just to be crisp.
Same.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I'm Team Crispy all the way.
Really?
I love a nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it just like ruins the taste. At that point, it's like, I don't know. There's like not much taste to it. It's just like it's so crunchy that it's like the only sensation you get from eating it. You know?
Yeah, yeah, I
Hmm,
feel that.
Okay.
Where it's like sometimes
okay.
I just want like a nice, like easy sandwich.
Okay.
Or it's like if I just want my bacon, it's like I can have a little bit of crisp, but if it's like crumbling, it's like that's just not it.
It's too much.
Yeah.
That ain't
Okay,
it.
okay, but let me propose to you this. Isn't there nothing worse than just having bacon that's too chewy, where it's so hard to tear, and then you're just kind of like chewing on it for like a solid like 3 minutes? Like, I
Yeah,
hate that.
I mean, that sounds like steak. I don't know. I don't know.
that
I
sounds
think,
to me like you're just
don't
eating a
mind.
pork steak.
Yeah,
Pork chop, I think.
Yeah.
pork steak.
A pork steak.
Want to clarify
Yeah.
what that is exactly?
You were talking about steak, and then I was like, oh yeah, okay, that makes
Mm.
sense.
Yeah.
That's my
yeah.
favorite kind. Pork
Okay.
steak, bro.
Mhm.
On a
And
whole other level, bro.
I before we move on to the news, one more part of this question. How do you like your eggs done, gentlemen?
Scrambled.
Scrambled. Okay.
Yeah.
Really. Scrambled.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a nice scrambled egg.
I see this whole questions at the start is like really hard for me not to like really judge you. It's
What?
fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Like that's why we're here. We're friends. Whatever. It's cool. Not scrambled, bro. It ain't scrambled. Sunny side up or like over easy, but like soft over easy. You know what I mean?
I've definitely been expanding my eggs, but I think the scrambled egg is just the way to go back to because it's so easy to do.
Scrambled egg is good. It just like it has
That's
to be
true.
done like a specific way.
See what I like. I'm team sunny side. What I like about having sunny side is when you crack into the yolk and you dip your bacon into the yolk and you
Oh
eat it.
yeah.
So
Oh,
good.
that's so.
good,
And on a
good.
sandwich, and you like bite into it, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh
Oh,
man, it's
okay.
messy, but it's so good.
On a sandwich, I like over medium is how I
Okay,
dub it.
fair
So
enough.
so I like it a little bit cooked on the inside, but I still want there
Not
to be
too
a
much.
run a little bit.
I gotcha.
I think that's the
gotcha.
perfect egg for a
Mm.
breakfast sandwich.
I like it like super runny, even in like a breakfast sandwich. I don't like it's so messy, but it's so good. I don't know.
Yeah, and you just dip it in the yolk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so
It's fire,
good.
bro.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, now that we've established our breakfast preferences, let's get into let's get into the news then, shall we, gentlemen? All right. So our first story today is going to be an update to the Gran Turismo 7 situation.
The update
So-
we've all been waiting for.
Yeah. So, the president of Polyphony Digital, the developers of Gran Turismo, came out and made a statement on PlayStation's blog post. So since the servers were down, they're going to be giving out $1 million in credits in in-game currency as a apology. And they also talked about some of the updates that are going to be coming to the game. So you can see on screen here. So updates which will come into effect at the beginning of April. Increase rewards in the events in the latter half of the World Cups of World Circuits by approximately 100% on average. Addition of high rewards for clearing the circuit experience in all gold/all bronze results. Increase of rewards in online races. Includes a total of 8 new 1-hour endurance race events to missions. These will also have higher reward settings. Increase the upper limit of non-paid credits in player wallets from 20 million to 100 million. And increase the quantity of used and legend cars on offer at any given time. And then they also were laying out some of the near updates. So I guess these probably aren't going to be coming out like at the end of April. Probably this is like their May, June, and onward schedule. They're looking to increase the payout value of limited time rewards as we develop as a live service. Further World Circuit event additions. Addition of endurance races to missions, including 24-hour races. Addition of online time trials and awarding of rewards according to the player's difference with top ranked time, and make it so cars can be sold. Well, it seems that a developer has actually listened to what their community wants.
Holy.
They've listened, but is it enough? Because
Mm.
that's
It's-
the question.
This was so funny to read. Hunter was saying that to me earlier.
Mhm.
I 100% agree. They've basically double backed on all their credit changes that they did
Yeah.
in the last update.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How did we get here? How did we
How-
get here?
how did we get
here?
Turismo? How did this happen? Increased rewards in events in the latter half of the World Circuit by approximately 100% on average.
Oh, whoops! I turned off the
How?
volume there.
How did we get here?
Is 100% back to what it was though? Here's the question.
That's a good question actually.
That is a good question. They don't really state specifically.
Right. Does that bring it back or what?
I'm trying to find. I'm gonna go look at what those numbers were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Because that is the actual question.
Mhm. What's kind of crazy to me is that they were limiting non-paid credits.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That seems a little insane.
Yeah.
All
so
of this seems a little insane.
yeah, honestly though, but that's crazy that you were only limited to 20 million credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, didn't we talk about how some of those cars were worth like 40 million?
They're worth, I think, some of them were 3 million.
Oh, 3 million. Okay.
3
yeah,
million,
yeah.
but you had to buy 4 million credits to get them.
Yeah, you had to buy
'Cause
$40 worth of credits.
Yeah, because I
Right.
think the way the credit system works is there's no way to buy 1 million credits. and that's the issue. There's no way to buy 1 million.
Okay. Okay.
So you have
okay.
to buy 2 things of 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that's the way they get you. Is stuff costs a million, but you can't buy 1 million.
I see.
I think
I
like they
see.
thought they were being super sneaky, but then like players were just like kind of like, this is a no-brainer.
Mhm.
Like you're just like trying to get money out of us. I think
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
thought they were being clever, but it wasn't clever at all. And
No,
now it
you
just looked really, really bad.
Yeah, you can't fool gamers. Well, at least
Mhm.
at least
Got those
like to
gamer
think
eyes,
that.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
probably getting fooled on a whole bunch of other games, but this one, they didn't put
Mhm.
any effort in. You don't put the effort in, we're gonna figure it out,
Yeah.
and you're gonna look dumb.
I guess what also was kind of crazy in this was that you can't sell cars.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's also wild.
I feel like that should be a basic feature.
Mhm.
Right. Sounds like it.
Yeah. So, and I guess I don't know what's I don't know, maybe just as an example, if you buy a car for 1 million, are you only going to be able to sell it for 500,000,
Yeah.
or are you
Yeah.
going to get your original investment back?
Okay, so here are the numbers.
Mhm.
So we're going back. So it's like the Dirt Championship at Freshman's Ranch went from
Mhm.
65,000 down to 300,000 or 30,000.
Mhm.
So if that goes up by 100%, still
That's
not back to what it was.
That's still not back to what it was. Yeah.
There's
that's
some
close
that
though.
obviously, I think some of them will pass, but there's some that are like it's just gonna be close or
Right. The wording
Mhm.
also said approximately 100% on average. So that means like some of them might be more, some of them might be less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's a good
Right.
point. That's a good point. Yeah.
So depending
So,
on like whatever circuit it is, maybe it'll be back to what it was. Maybe it'll be more than what it was,
mhm.
or maybe it'll be
yeah,
less.
maybe.
I don't know.
And yeah, you can so the way you can buy credits is 100,000, 250,000, 750,000, and then 2 million.
2 million. How much
That
is
is
the price on a 2 million?
weird jump.
2 million is $20.
2 million is $20. So
It's $40.
they're
Yeah.
essentially giving people a free $10 worth of in-game credits
Yeah.
for the servers being down.
Right.
Do you guys think that's enough, or do you think it should have been 2 million?
For the
No,
servers going
like-
down on its own, like that problem on its own, yes, absolutely. Everything else combined, they probably should have given players much more than that. Just to like, this is for the servers going down plus all of our other shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the only word for it, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you still can't sell cars. You're still dealing with all these other issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, if they decided to reverse a lot of the changes when it comes to credits, do we think that maybe they'll patch out the online DRM at some point, or
I
do you
doubt
think
it.
that's here to stay?
I think if they were gonna patch out online DRM, they would have announced it this update cycle.
Yeah, I feel like they would have too.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it really just capitalize on we are very sorry. Here's
We are
what
very
doing to
sorry.
make
We
up.
messed up
Yeah.
big time on a
Mhm.
lot of things.
Mhm.
Here's what we're gonna do to make it all better.
Mhm.
That's yeah, that would have been the move for sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see if more server outages happen,
Right.
Yeah.
because like we've talked about before with the SimCity situation, it just became so bad that they just patched it out, the online DRM on SimCity. So if we keep seeing these server issues, maybe that'll lead to an update further down the line.
Maybe.
Yeah.
For now, this is at least good news.
Yeah, for now
This
it's
is at least good
yeah.
news. They realize they made not a single mistake, but a multitude of mistakes, and they have plans to fix it. So that's good news
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for their sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have probably already given up, and rightfully so. Hopefully, this will at least salvage some of it.
I think so. I don't know if the game's redeemable at this point. I don't think
I don't
anyone's
know if
gonna
it
jump
is.
into the game at this point.
I don't know,
No, I don't
Right?
think so.
but I think they have to fix it now, and they have to hope to get a player base months down the road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's a little
for
fresh
sure.
still, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they do, but
Right.
who's to say? I think it's gonna take a while.
I think so too.
Yeah, maybe if they decide to patch it out, maybe we'll see that by the end of the year. But I think you're right.
Maybe.
I think this is probably here to stay.
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you know what? Gran Turismo, I guess, you could say they didn't take their time and fully thought out what they were doing.
Right.
But you know what? There's somebody else that seems to be taking their time and what
Hmm.
they're doing. There just came out an update for Breath of the Wild 2. And it's a quick little 1 minute 30 video, and we're just going to watch it here on stream real quick.
Oh, I went off my camera again. I keep doing that.
Yeah. All right. So whenever you're ready, boys, I'll count down.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on.
Hold on.
My thing is freaking out. It won't load.
Uh-oh.
Give me a second. Okay, we're good. Okay.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
こんにちは。ゼルダの伝説シリーズプロデューサーの青沼です。ゼルダの伝説ブレスオブザワイルド続編の発売時期に関してお知らせがあります。本作は2022年に発売を予定しているとお伝えしていましたが、開発にもう少しお時間をいただきたく、発売を2023年春に変更させていただ
Okay,
きたいと
so
思います。
whole another year.
Not
楽しみに
shocked.
お待ちいただいている皆様、
I'm
大
not
変申し
shocked.
訳ありません。
So I
続編
saw
の舞
this in
台
the
は
preview.
前作ブレスオブザワイルドでの地
I don't
上
think
フィ
we
ールド
got
だ
any
けで
new
なく、
game footage.
空の
from
上にも
this.
広がると前回お伝えしま
God,
し
it
たが、
looks so pretty.
拡張された世界は
Have
こ
we
れだ
seen
け
this
ではなく、
before? I thought this was
I
all
think
ここで
so.
皆さんを待ち
No, I
受け
think
る
we've seen this
新たな
before.
出会いや
I
新
don't
たな
remember
遊
seeing
び
this
も
personally.
前作
but
以上に
it
多
This
looks
彩
is
なもの
really
となっ
new.
ていま
good.
す。
This is new. This thing with the sword is new.
そうした
Yo, is that a
続
Minecraft
編での
diamond
体
sword?
験を
Hey,
特別なものにするべく、開発チーム一同引き続き総力を挙げて取り組んでいきますので、どうか今しばらくお待ちいただければと思います。今回のお知らせは以上となります。ありがとうございました。
Yeah, I'm not shocked that they're
Mhm.
pushing it back.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that, yeah, I'm not shocked they're pushing it back. Part of me also wonders, was this just a move done by Nintendo to go, we have too much coming out this year?
Mm.
Right? So
Yeah.
Moving around.
that's the question I put out as well. Obviously, I think not seeing the game earlier this year put some questions into my head of like, okay, we haven't seen the game yet.
Is there something to show?
Right.
Yeah, that was always
Mhm.
a question. So I'm not surprised this happened.
Mm-hmm.
I also I don't think it's a bad move at all.
No, it's
No,
not.
no. What I wanted to bring up to you, gentlemen, is this question of: do we think developers now are more willing to delay games because of Cyberpunk 2077?
Absolutely.
I think
100%.
Nintendo's always been on the floor of they'll delay games.
Yeah.
I think Nintendo's always been, oh, we'll delay a game. I mean, what? Metroid Prime 4 completely restarted development?
Yeah, that's true. That's
That
very
game
true.
got announced at the first Switch E3, and we haven't seen it since because they restarted development on it because they were
Yeah.
like, this game's bad. This game's bad. We need to toss it in the trash and restart.
So that's 2017 then, right? Was that the
Yeah,
first?
I think we saw it in 2017.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I think we
Okay.
got the teaser trail for it in 2017. Like, oh, Metroid Prime 4 is coming. And then in
Okay.
2019 they came out and said, we have to can everything
Mhm.
and restart.
It's rough.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now that I think about it more, I think Nintendo's always been on the side of delaying something until they're satisfied with it.
Yeah,
But-
Animal Crossing got delayed.
Yeah, but I still can't help but think that Cyberpunk has definitely changed the gaming
I think so.
landscape when it
Yeah,
comes
I think
to
it has.
delaying and being more upfront with
Yeah.
gamers on the status of a project and if they need more time to complete it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% agree.
I would also assume COVID has an effect as it always does.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
probably
It's easy to say,
delayed.
but it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably delayed stuff.
Mhm,
Right?
mhm.
So I'm not shocked. And this is an ambitious game. You have to follow up Breath of the Wild. You're asking a lot,
Mhm.
Right.
right? So I'm not
Like one-
shocked.
Yeah, I'd 100% rather a game company just come out, be really honest, say like, listen, we aren't happy with how it is right now. Let's push it back so that on release it can be like the best version.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of funny that we just talked about Gran Turismo 7 like right before this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure your game is like not only playable, but like everything that your audience who have been waiting for a really long time has been expecting, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
just
and I
make it good on
trust
release.
I trust Nintendo will do the right thing, and then this
Right.
is just what's got to happen.
Mhm.
Sadly,
You know, say what you will about Nintendo games, but they're always a solid quality product.
yeah,
I think it's pretty rare for Nintendo to release a game that's not at least an 80 or above on Metacritic. Let's say I could be completely wrong in that statement, but
yeah.
Nintendo
I think a
always
lot
has
of
delivered quality.
Right.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Eric, I know you talked about the release schedule for this year. Do you mind kind of just refreshing me and everyone else here what's coming out
It's
this year for Nintendo?
it's bloated. It's Splatoon 3 comes out this summer. Xenoblade comes out in the holiday season. We have Bayonetta 3 comes out in the holiday season.
Mhm.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet comes out in the holiday season.
Mhm.
Um,
Triangle Strategy just came out.
Triangle Strategy is out. There's more stuff. There's the new Mario and Rabbids game that's coming out soon.
Mhm.
This is
That's
such
a
a
lot.
bloat. It's such a bloated
Yeah,
year
it's a
for
lot.
Nintendo.
Mhm.
So for them to make the call of, okay, let's delay Breath of the Wild because it could still use some polish time.
Mhm.
And it makes more sense from a Zelda timeline. The first Breath of the Wild came out in April. I don't normally put Zelda games in that winter slot.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think I've ever put them in that winter slot. I think they're normally after,
Mhm.
but I might be wrong about that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So and I mean, this isn't really a big blow to Nintendo in the slightest.
No,
As you just
I think
demonstrated, they
they're
have all these releases coming out.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
And the Switch continues to dominate hardware sales and
Mhm, yeah.
software sales in general. If you go look at Japan, the Switch is always number one. I don't know
Yep.
how. I think it might even be number one for like a solid year at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't think anything's coming to dethrone that anytime soon.
No, I would be shocked. I think Nintendo
Mhm.
stocks did fall like 6%.
Mm.
Expected.
Expected.
Yeah, because obviously it's like, oh, we did just delay this game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the general consensus from the community was, okay,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're happy that you actually said we have to delay this game for it to be good.
And I think that's really appreciated. When I've been waiting for Bayonetta 3 for how long, and we still haven't really got anything solid.
Yeah.
On that yet. We haven't seen that game since. When was the last time we saw that game? Was that
We saw it at
fall?
Yeah, I think we saw it in the fall.
We saw it in the fall. They actually showed off a little bit of gameplay, and as we've discussed on here before, that still looked really rough.
Yeah, I
whether
think
that
it'll
was
take some time.
whether that was due to it still being in like a beta, or if that's just the Switch being underpowered as it is. We'll have to see. We'll have to
Yeah.
see.
Hard to say.
Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. Yeah. Well, I know we talked about microtransactions earlier with Gran Turismo. Man, I think by the time we have kids, GTA 5 is still going to be a thing. I'm telling you, because
Yeah.
Rockstar just keeps pumping more and more money into it. And now they've introduced a premium membership for GTA 5 Online. Mind you, only on consoles though. This is not a PC
Yeah.
feature. This is only for the new editions released on PS5 and Series X. And so this is priced at $5.99 a month American. I did go on my PlayStation today and check. It is $7.99 Canadian. And so yeah, this is what you get basically, or at least for this first month. So they did say that $500,000 you're gonna get every month. That's gonna be a recurring thing every month. You also got the. I'm gonna apologize to everyone right now. I'm gonna butcher like half of these words in here. The Principal Devastate 8, along with a complimentary house special works upgrade for it. It's made available to purchase by the general public, plus the HSW Orange Trip and the HSW CMYK Glitch. Oh my god, what liveries, yeah. The auto shop located in La Mesa introduces an assortment of gameplay updates from Los Santos tuners. Current auto shop owners can relocate to La Mesa at no additional cost. Waived LS Car Meet membership fees. Current LS Car Meet members with GTA Plus will be reimbursed with 50,000 in-game dollars during this event period. Yacht owners can upgrade to the Aquarius Super Yacht at no additional cost. The Gusset Frog Tee and Broker Pro Labs basketball top and shorts automatically added to your wardrobe. The conveyor livery for the Mammoth Avenger, HVY APC, and TM02 Kanajali? Yeah, Kanajali? Yeah.
Kanali? I don't know.
Yeah. A selection of free paints and emblems for the auto shop. 3 times the GTA dollars and RP on House Special Works Race Series. And 2 times Car Meetup rep on the Streets Race Series. Yeah. So also in that article, this was on Rockstar's website. GTA Plus members can also take advantage of special GTA Plus shark cards that provide extra bonus cash from the PlayStation Store on PS5 or Microsoft Store. I did see this when I went and checked today, and yeah, it wasn't an available feature until I assume, purchase the membership, right?
Yeah.
And then they basically go on to say, every month there's going to be something new and that they're going to add to this membership fee. Wow.
A lot.
I don't. It sounds like a lot. I don't know if
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't play GTA much. I don't know how all of this actually correlates into if you were just gonna can you buy currency in that game?
Yes, that's what shark cards are.
Oh, that okay. So
Okay.
how much of this is worth the $7.99? Can I just buy shark cards for whatever, spend $8 on it?
I think you can buy. I think you can buy a $8 or $10 shark card.
Here, give me a second. I have Steam over here. Let me.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'm just wondering, is it really cost effective? Because it looks like it is. There's a lot that we're looking at, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy that they're adding this premium membership to it now on a what is almost going to be a 10-year-old game at this point.
Yeah.
That's wow. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that's not a horrible price. It's not like they're going to charge you.
No.
Excuse me. It's not like they're charging you 15 a month.
No,
or even 12 a month.
Nothing crazy.
For this. This is a meal at McDonald's a month, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, let me get the actual. So $50,000 is $1.
Okay.
$1.50.
Okay.
How much is the principal Divesti? What is the? I feel like I know what that car is, and I feel like it's not a crazy car. I haven't played GTA 5 in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've played as well.
But here's the thing: it's a lot of you have to upgrade to the Aquarius. You get to upgrade to the Aquarius Super Yacht for free. The base yacht costs $10 million.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
great, but
sorry,
go
I was
ahead.
gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
$500,000 is not that much, really.
No.
A month. When you're right, most of the good stuff is a mil minimum.
If I'm connected to my Twitch account, I get 100,000 a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's what it used. It used to be $200,000 a week.
Wow.
And they changed that a while ago to be 100,000 a week.
Wow. Okay. So.
Yeah. So
yeah.
500,000 is not a lot.
Yeah. I don't really see a lot of the stuff other than the cash being worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Waived meet membership. Reimbursed not that much, 50,000.
Yeah, getting a few extra cars for free. It's not that hard to get a decent car right off the rip in GTA Online, and there's a lot that you can they give you that for free. already.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Mm.
yeah.
So the Devesti 8, it's an expensive car. It goes for like 1.8 million,
That's not bad.
Okay.
which is not
okay.
bad. But again, cars go on sale a lot, and that's pretty easy to get on sale.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it's a good car. It's a super car.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, like,
I
is it worth $8?
mean,
And like all
yeah.
it's like, oh, you get all these like liveries, which is like those are just skins for cars. You have to own the vehicle though.
Yeah.
You're not giving me the
right.
vehicle. You're just giving me the skin for the vehicle.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Right?
Well, I guess they're probably assuming that. I'm gonna assume if you're buying this, if they're marketing it to, I'm going to assume you probably own a lot of this stuff.
Yeah,
already.
I think they're
Yeah.
just gonna assume that you've been playing for like at least 2, 3, 5 years,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Game
Yeah.
is old, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
How many hours?
mhm.
I played GTA 5 like a lot, just off and on. I haven't played it
Mhm.
recently.
Yeah, let me look at my hours just out of curiosity. I've played a little bit of the story, but most
my
of my
gosh.
hours. What are you clocked in at?
I have 420 hours.
Oh, oh
Jeez.
man, I've clocked in 40.5, and I want to say like maybe like 4 of that is from like the single player, but the rest of that is all online.
I played through the single player twice. I feel like 420 is like way too much. There might have been times where I just left my PC going.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know Steam isn't the most accurate with tracking.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, I played a lot of the game. I don't have a yacht because yachts are so expensive.
Right.
They're so expensive.
I mean, like,
Um,
I guess if you are a Twitch streamer that does Grand Theft Auto, like that's your bread and butter, that makes sense. This
Yeah.
makes sense, right? I mean, why aren't you going to purchase that?
But also like a lot of like the fact that like it's only available console is weird.
That is weird. I had to make sure, a double check. I looked up. I'm like, is this really not coming to PC? No, console exclusive.
Console exclusive. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I don't.
I think it's also pretty funny how they're like, oh yeah, now you'll get even more money from Shark Cards for having this membership. So you're already spending in $8 on this membership, and
Yeah.
now they're like, now they want to entice you to spend another $5 to $20 to get Shark Cards.
Yeah, I think it's just time for GTA to take a nap. GTA 5 to take a nap for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know what though? Rockstar has said it's kind of like the Skyrim situation where with Bethesda, people are always like, people said to Bethesda before, well, like, why do you keep releasing it? Why do you keep releasing it? And the response is, we will stop releasing it when people stop buying it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the situation with Grand Theft Auto. People are gonna keep buying it no matter how it comes out.
If it ain't
It
broke,
seems.
don't
Yeah.
fix it.
Mm-hmm. I guarantee if GTA 5 mobile came out, people would pay for that.
hmm
Probably.
I don't even want to know what that would look like. It'd probably be
Yeah.
absolutely horrible.
Why stop investing in something like that when it shows that it yields profit the way it does?
Yeah, this is the moneymaker for Rockstar
Right.
and 2K. This is
Right.
literally making them billions.
It's just
Yeah.
a good business decision to keep
Mhm.
it going.
And you know what? I will say, if we have to live with Grand Theft Auto 5 in order to get another Red Dead game and like possibly Bully 2 funded, I think I can live with the evil a little bit. Yeah. Maybe that's a little bad to say, but I don't know. Like, this is giving them money to do other projects, and I think this will give them the ability
Right.
to take some more risks, maybe on
Right.
some projects.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's a bad idea. I just think, if you're like hardcore invested in this game, like you said, it's a McDonald's meal a month, right? It's not that big a deal.
Mhm.
No, I think it's a weird time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for anyone who's like just picked up the game in like the last year, like I don't think it's worth it at all.
Yeah.
No.
No. It's kind of weird that this wasn't introduced last console generation.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
they just didn't want to seem too greedy. I don't know. It's a very weird decision that I did not expect.
Yeah, I don't think
out of
anybody
Grand
expected
Theft Auto
this.
Online.
No, I don't think so.
Mhm.
It's weird. It's odd. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funky. It's funky.
Yeah.
It is funky.
Yeah. Funky. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, talk of subscriptions. That's leading us into the big story today, baby. PlayStation has finally dropped official details on its Game Pass competitor. So, again, this was another PlayStation blog post. And yeah, they basically laid out all the different tiers that they're going to have for this new service. And what's crazy is we talked about this on episode 4 of DLC Cafe on the leaks that Jeff Grubb was talking about on his podcast, and they pretty much got it exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, which is kind of crazy. Like they got the like Essentials, Extra, and Premium. They got the names of the tiers correctly. They got the prices almost accurate. They got the essential price right, and then the other prices are off by like $2-3.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So we're gonna go through every tier here and let you know what you get in every tier. So the first one is PlayStation Plus Essential. So as talked about in the leak before, and they talk about on here, this is basically just gonna be the new name for what PS Plus is right now. You're gonna get your 2 monthly games for free. You're gonna get exclusive discounts. You're gonna get online storage, and you're gonna get access to play online. It's gonna be the same exact thing as PS Plus was. And so, yeah, as you can see, it's going to be $10.90 or $9.99 a month there in the States, and they got the other prices listed there. I think it's like $12.99 over here in Canada. Yeah. And so, moving on to PlayStation Plus Extra. So you get everything from the previous Essential tier, and this one adds a catalog of up to 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in Extra tier are downloadable for play. So that's nice, knowing that it's not just going to be streaming.
Yeah.
And as you can see down there, it's going to be $14.99 a month in the States. I'm going to estimate maybe $17.99, $18.99 a month over here in Canada. And then lastly, the big boy premium. So get all the benefits from the previous tiers, but adds up to 348 additional games, including PS3 games available via cloud streaming, catalog a catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP. That's crazy to me that they actually went with the PSP.
It's interesting.
I'm
gonna let you finish.
Yeah, and so offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games offered in the Extra and Premium tiers in markets where PlayStation Now is currently available. And we'll talk about some of those asterisks there in a minute. Customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. Time-limited game trials will also be offered in this tier, so customers can try select games before they buy. And so, yeah, there we see it's going to be $17.99 a month in the States. And again, if I had to throw out a number, maybe $21 or $22.99 a month over here in Canada.
Probably.
And at the bottom there, they have a little thing down here. So for markets without cloud streaming, PlayStation Plus Deluxe will be offered at a lower price compared to Premium and includes a catalog of beloved classic games from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations to download and play, along with limited time game trials. So that's kind of interesting.
It's interesting. Is it good enough to beat Xbox? No, it's not.
No, I don't think so.
Well, why are you still cloud streaming to PCs? Why? You clearly have the chance to make them downloadable.
Yeah,
and you're still gonna cloud stream them for $5 extra? Are you kidding me?
And what's also crazy to me is, if I don't care about cloud streaming, why can't I just buy this deluxe package instead?
Right.
It says it's
Yeah.
only going to be markets without cloud streaming, and they go down and they list like, yeah, US, Canada, Japan, UK, France, Germany, like all these have PlayStation Now available to them. So yeah, you're not going to be able to take advantage of that deluxe. Like I said, if I don't care about streaming any of
Yeah.
these games and I just want to download them, I have to pay this premium price instead of paying this deluxe just because of where I live.
Why are the PS3 games cloud streamed?
Yes, that
Again,
actually,
what are you doing, Sony?
That actually, no. I was gonna say, because at first you might think, oh, okay, like that's understandable because the cell processor in the PS3 is an absolute bitch to emulate, and it makes running PS3 games really, really difficult.
Yeah.
But actually, there's a tweet by Modern Vintage Gamer, who is absolutely excellent. You should check out his channel if you love anything video game and hardware related. He made a tweet saying that Sony has the ability to make these games run natively on PS3. They
Yeah.
just don't want to invest the money into doing that.
Which is the insane thing. It's so here. Let's look at it between Xbox and PlayStation. So you're gonna force me to spend an extra $5. I think that's the difference is between between premium and I think even Gold Pass. It's still $5 between premium and Xbox Gold Pass. So it's an extra $5, and you're not going to target the PC market.
No, you're not. And I think what's also kind of crazy to me is I have to pay for demos.
Yeah, what?
That's weird.
Why
have to
is
pay
that
for
in
demos?
why is that in the premium?
Yeah, like I get the idea with limited game trials is the idea that instead of whereas a demo is just a specific chunk of a game, the
Yeah.
game trial lets you play the entire game for as long as you can go in like a 2-hour period.
Yeah.
But even so, I think that's kind of ridiculous. Since when do we monetize demos? I think demos are one of the best ways to get people engaged in your product.
Yeah, that's weird.
Everybody loves to try before they buy. Everybody does.
No shot. Hold on. hold on.
What's
I'm
up?
just looking at something. I want to
Yeah,
know
I'm-
if this is actually up to date.
Okay.
How many games do you think are in PS Plus? Yeah, how many games do you think are in PS Now right now?
PS Now?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we looked this up before. Is it more or less than 300?
More.
350.
No.
Higher?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Um,
600. Take it or leave it.
Higher.
Higher than 600?
Really? There's more
Yeah.
in
Oh my
PS Now.
gosh.
This is according to Wikipedia. So
Okay.
We
Wikipedia.
trust
We
Wikipedia.
trust Wikipedia.
Okay. It says there are over 800 games available, with over 300 of them available to download. So you're
Okay.
telling me that there's 800 right now,
Okay.
and that
Okay.
we're moving down to 350,
Huh. Interesting.
which is really interesting,
Mhm.
right?
That is very interesting, actually. Very, very interesting. And I saw another article earlier today. Jim Ryan was talking about because on Xbox you can play every blockbuster day one.
Yeah,
That
that's the
Xbox
that's the
One.
keyword that's missing there is new releases.
The new releases are not coming to
Nope.
this. They have stated that they are not going to be doing that because they said that we don't have the money to do that. Basically,
What do you mean you don't have the money? You're Sony.
yeah. I saw people talking about how the okay, for example, the latest Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
that cost 100 million to make, which is quite a lot of money.
That's crazy.
Lord.
Yeah, and so they were using that as an example, like to give that away for free, basically. That's a lot of money that they're losing out on if they were to give
That's
that away
true.
for free.
Yeah.
That's true, but also you're Sony, and again, what Microsoft charges? It's hard. It's hard to say. And
And yeah, sorry, go on.
they're competing against Microsoft. It's a losing battle.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
think,
porting it to PC.
Hmm.
You're not.
Yeah, not be allowing you to download on your PC,
No.
which I kind of understand, right? But it's still a little. I'm sure they could have worked something out because
Mhm.
some of these games, yeah, it could definitely be downloaded PC,
Yeah.
except for
Right.
like the PS5 exclusives. Like anything that's offered on that service is probably has a PC port most likely as well.
Mhm.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
I don't. The fact they're charging $5 extra to cloud stream to PC when
Yeah.
it's a native function right now. You can do it. It's
Mhm.
bad,
Yeah.
but you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me I'm gonna have to pay extra money to do the thing I can already do now
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to get the same
Yeah.
amount of games can do now.
Yeah.
There's that kicker. It's over. Sony says on their website over 700 games.
Mhm.
That's officially on the Sony website somewhere because it came up when I searched for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I
Um,
search for it, it says on the PlayStation, discover all the PS2, PS3, and PS4 games available to stream on demand or download to PS4 from the PS Now game library of over 700 titles.
Mm-hmm. 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 Actually, so that's a point I wanted to bring up here is how many PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PSP titles are we getting from this? Are
I mean,
we
as of right now, it tells me 300.
because like here's where I'm looking at it, right? Nintendo, like I think Nintendo Online is the best way to look at this
Mhm.
currently right now. So with Nintendo Online, how like how many NES games do you get? You get what, like 30, 40 NES games, I think.
I think so.
And SNES you get like I think a little bit less than that, probably like 20 to 30. And then the
Yeah.
N64 library is not that big. At
It's not
all.
that big yet. No, it's pretty small.
It's what, like 12, 15 maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. And so being someone who's owned every PlayStation on the PS3. So I looked this up because I was curious. So on the PS3, you could buy 265 PS1 classics on there. That was the total amount available to you that you could purchase. And then I looked on for PS2 classics, and you could buy 336 of them on the PS3 store
Mm.
as well.
Mhm.
So my question is, are we going to get that exact same list of games? Are we going to get less, or are we going to get an expanded library now
Yeah.
Yeah.
of those games? Especially because, so for example, on the PS3 and the PSP store, I could buy the Spyro the Dragon games and the Crash Bandicoot games. On the Vita, you could not buy those on the Vita as PS1 classics. The PS1 classics library was a lot slimmer on the Vita, which was surprising to me.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious as to what we're gonna get exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the hope is an extended library, like you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Obviously, but yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Because in my opinion, I want all those games that were offered on the PS3
Right.
store. That's what I want. I expect that to be on there because I know they've already done it. I know they have them,
Yeah.
and to limit that would be kind of scummy in my
Do you guys
opinion.
do you guys feel like it's like the theme of the night of like it's like an overload of information, so like at first glance you're like, this is awesome, and then you like
Yeah.
read into it and then you're like, is this awesome?
Is
I
this
think
awesome?
yeah,
No.
you're right. You're right. Yeah,
Seems to be the theme of the night. Same thing with the GTA. Wow, look at all this stuff that you get if you pay this amount per month.
mhm.
Do you really get that much?
Mhm.
Is it really worth the money? I don't know.
Yeah. I and then the PSP library. That's crazy to me, as we've already
Yeah,
said. But
that's cool.
it's really cool. I did
Mhm.
not think they were going to do that. But I was sitting there, I was just looking at my shelf over there. I have a few PSP games, not too many. What are they gonna put out of that on there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume they would have to put Daxter on there They would have to put Daxter.
Probably.
Probably the Medieval 1 remake. I feel like they're probably going to put Crisis Core, which is Final Fantasy 7. I got a feeling that they're going to probably put that one on there, just with how PlayStation and Square Enix have been buddy with each other, and
Right.
we still don't know. Maybe they're going to be bought later down the line. Don't know yet, but I would put a good bet on that being on there as well.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, it's just a shame that PS3 isn't going to be native.
Yeah,
to-
it's so
Yeah.
odd. And again, it's like, what games are we losing by them? It's like it's 340 and 400. It's 740 games. If supposedly there's over 500 or over
Yeah.
800, what games are disappearing and not making the transition?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And I think this brings about the bigger question. Why are you paywalling me to have backwards compatibility when
Yeah.
Xbox gives it out for free?
Right.
Xbox again, it's not a complete library, but they took the most popular titles, which was still quite a lot, and made backwards compatibility free on their
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
Why can't Sony do that?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yeah. And what really like sold me and like made me really mad about this is, so they remade Medieval 1 for the PS4, right?
Yeah.
And if you 100% complete this game, fully get everything in it, you get the original PS1 game. They built an emulator to play it on PS4. I
Yeah.
think this is probably, I could be completely wrong, but I want to say this is like the only example of a PS1 game running on a PS4, and I guess PS5 technically too. I actually installed this on my PS5 when I first got it out of curiosity. I was wondering, is it still gonna run the game on
Yeah.
my PS5? And it did. It still runs it perfectly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, and I think that was just a really cool on them
That's
to
cool.
include the
yeah.
original
That's
in
really
the
cool.
remake as well. That was really cool. I really hope that they remake the second one too, because it's like my favorite game of all time. So
Yeah,
it-
I just
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Mhm.
Is it I think if we talk about console wars this generation, Sony won last generation, hands down.
No,
Sony
no
won
question.
with the PS4. I think Sony's losing now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They were late with the PS5. People haven't been able to get their hands on the PS5.
Yeah.
And they haven't launched that blockbuster game on the PS5. We're still waiting on things. You should have come out the gate with Spider-Man. Right?
Well, they did come out with Miles Morales on launch.
Yeah, but that was like a DL. It wasn't
it was
a
still
full
a
new game.
It was still a pretty decently long game. I played
Yeah.
through all of it. It was still pretty decently long. I know what you're saying. Like, well, I mean, you have Horizon Forbidden West though. That was big.
When did that come
blockbuster.
out? When? I don't remember Horizon coming out. When did they release it?
Last month. Last month it came out. Last month, I want to say. I think it was last month.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and then Elden Ring happened.
Yeah, but that's multi-platform though.
Right, but it's
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
like,
February 18th for Forbidden West.
wow,
Mhm.
I forgot it came out.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like,
Yeah.
I forgot it came out, which is
Mhm.
shocking.
I know what you're saying though, because a lot of the PS5 games that have come out are upgraded versions of PS4 games. We have the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection coming out, which is Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy paired together. We had director's cuts of Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima. But you're right. I think Horizon Forbidden West was the real first big PlayStation Studios or PlayStation game to come out, other than the launch titles that came out, like Demon Souls and well, Ratchet and Clank was pretty big too. That was probably one. It's the first blockbuster title, I should say. That was a really good game. That was a lot of fun. Yeah,
But again, I don't think Xbox is winning the console war because they
No,
haven't done a ton either.
they're
But they
winning
have,
the general gaming market.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I almost think console exclusives are dying out.
Yeah.
And Sony
Yeah.
really has to crank it up with what they release over the next few weeks.
Mhm.
And they just need to get more PS5s into that's the real issue of the console war right now is nobody
Yeah.
can get them.
Well, that's again, that's all related to COVID and chip shortages.
Oh,
and
for
stuff
sure.
But you're completely right. It is still really, really difficult to get both
Yeah.
consoles. You can get a Series X and a PS5, but it's definitely more
Mhm.
difficult to get a PS5 than a Series X.
Right, which is why Xbox is pulling away because oh look, we have Game Pass.
Yeah.
You can't get our console. You can just
Mhm.
play it on Game Pass until you can.
It's kind of
Right.
crazy because as we've talked on this podcast before, if you own a PC, I don't think there's a reason to own an Xbox console.
No, I don't think so.
I think if you own a PC and you're gonna get a console, get a PS5 for sure, because you just get
Yeah.
Game Pass and you get every Xbox game basically.
Right.
And maybe if you want the backwards compatibility, I completely understand that being a purchasing decision and swaying some people. But if you own a PC, I don't really see the reason to own an Xbox currently.
Yeah.
As we've talked about before, I won't go on anymore about that. But I just want to know what I'm gonna get for classic titles. If I'm
Yeah.
offered a decent selection and I'm like, okay, this is stuff I really want to play, like I'll admit I'm probably gonna get it
Yeah.
Mhm.
because I love my retro games as discussed on here before. And
Are you sure? Are you sure you love your retro game?
yeah, I don't know the collection over there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But
It's very surprising.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But if what they offer is substantial enough, I'm definitely gonna buy into it. But
Right.
we're gonna have to wait until June for that.
Yeah.
June,
Yeah.
Wild.
which is still quite a ways away. That's still
It
2 months
feels-
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
PS4 destroyed the Xbox One.
Yeah.
1.116 to 51 million.
Wow.
So it almost doubled. It was
Jeez.
right. Currently between the two, it's 17 to 12.
For PS4 or Xbox? Or
PS5.
PS5, yeah.
PS5 is still on top,
Mhm.
but that's not as far as it used to be.
No,
Nope.
no, that's still pretty that's still neck and neck, I would say.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 is obviously the most sold console.
I mean, look, if you really want to argue the console wars, the Switch is beating both of them.
The Switch is very close. Here's the thing. The Switch, as of whenever this thing was updated, 1.3 million or 103 million.
Yeah.
It's close to passing
Jeez.
4. It's close to passing 4.
Yes. So the real
Yeah,
it's kind of
is
shocking to
Nintendo-
say that Nintendo is the console champion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's crazy to say, but yeah, Nintendo is winning the console. And you
Mm-hmm.
know why? Because Nintendo is only exclusives.
Right.
Yes. Right. Exactly. I actually wanted to bring this point up, which was kind of odd to me for some reason. We talked about those asterisks. So we talked about how the Switch is dominating in Japan, which makes sense. And
Yeah.
then Sony's the follow-up.
Mhm.
PC streaming is not going to be available in Japan at launch.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why?
Hmm.
They're a Japanese company. Why is
Yeah.
that? Why is
Yeah,
Sony
there has
not?
to be a very specific reason.
Why is
I
Sony
wonder if
not
there's some-
capitalizing on that or trying
Yeah.
to push into that?
Hmm.
I wonder if there's some laws in Japan,
There has to be.
but I really don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't just do that without like a very specific reason.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just very odd. I wanted to
Yeah.
bring that up real quick. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here and go into the fun topic here, but I don't know. It's cool. I'm glad.
intrigued.
Exactly. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Sony is out here trying
Mhm.
to bring some competition to Game Pass because they have to.
They have,
if they,
yeah,
if they,
they have
if they
to.
didn't, it wouldn't make any sense. It would
No.
not make any
Mhm.
sense at all.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, again, that's going to be a June thing. So as we get closer, I wonder if they might start to tease what's on the service a little bit more in that premium. So as we get closer, they're going to be like, this here's the full list of PS1 titles. Here's the full list of PS2 titles that we're going to have.
Yeah, I mean,
I gotta
hopefully.
assume that's what they're gonna do. That makes
Right.
sense to me.
Yeah.
If they're announcing it this early, like I don't know, every few weeks or something, maybe they'll put out a little thing saying this is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's to say
Or
there?
who's to say? Who's to say? Yeah. But enough about that, gentlemen. It is time for the fun topic. So last week we talked about games that people love that we don't like, and so this week we're doing the opposite. Games that people don't like but we love. So this could mean, you know, the game was reviewed low, we still like it, and just like that, right?
Yeah.
So who wants to take the lead here first, gentlemen?
It's a hard topic. I'll take the lead. It's a hard topic because it's like I don't hate a lot of game. I don't
Right.
Yeah.
where it's like I don't know if there's a game where I'm like a lot of people hate it. I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna pick up that game then.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It is a hard topic.
I definitely think I enjoyed Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl more than the general public did.
Okay, yeah.
There's definitely that argument of like, oh, these games are the worst. They're not good, and they're. It's hard to say because it's like was it the remake that the games deserve? No. Does that make them a bad game? Not necessarily. They're still enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
It still does bring me back to that like original Diamond and Pearl days. Did we expect too much out of it? I think so. I think that was the issue.
Yeah.
I think especially after Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, that really did make. What do we've had Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which were really good updates. We had
There's a standard that
Yeah.
people are expecting when they re-release a game. Like even going back
Right.
to like Leaf Green and Fire Red. There's a certain
They were good.
quality. Yeah,
but
they were great.
they were updated with new mechanics and changed.
Right.
Like changed because that's how the games evolved. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they were brought into the Gen 6 engine and went, okay, this is how Gen 6 is played. Let's add on to that.
Okay.
So we got Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon, which dominated formats. We got new Mega Evolutions, which changed how the format was played. We didn't see that with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah.
They didn't get incorporated into the new games. They didn't add new forms to Dialga and Palkia to make them different. No new Gigantamax Pokemon, nothing to make the game helpful to Sword and Shield and its life cycle, its final legs, which I think really shook a lot of people. So I don't hate the game. I think the game's good. I enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed some of the new features. I think it was missing something, but I'll still go back and play it because I enjoyed the game.
Okay. Cool.
You got any other ones, or is that your one?
I think thinking off the top of my head, I think
Yeah.
Kirby Star Allies wasn't very well received.
I don't even know what that is.
That was
I've
the
never heard of that.
first Kirby Switch game, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, was it?
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It was it's a really fun game. It was a really stupid easy game. Which I think a lot of people were just like, "Oh, this is just too easy." The game was stupid easy. Like I don't think I died once playing it.
Was it just like made for like a younger audience, maybe?
I think so, and I think being the first 3D Kirby game, being the first Switch Kirby game after they like really knocked it out of the park with some of the 3DS ones, it just didn't sit quite right with a lot of
Live
people.
up to the expectation.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. A lot of cool power ups. I like my Kirby power ups.
Yeah.
I've
you
got
were
my
talking
King.
you were talking about those today. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
I
new
wish the
one.
game. Yeah, there's not a lot of new power ups in the new Kirby game, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait to pick it up because that just doesn't feel like Kirby if I don't have all my favorite power ups.
Right.
Fair enough.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a really hard topic of discussion because I think generally speaking, I mean, a lot of the games that I play and most people play have pretty good reviews. It's not like it's not like movies. Like I have a lot of movies where it's like, oh my god, everyone hated this movie and I love it. I don't think it's the same thing. I think generally speaking, games that I play have pretty mediocre to good reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I focused on a couple games that didn't necessarily have like bad reviews on Steam. Like if you look them up on Steam, they still have pretty good reviews, but there are some like pretty decent complaints, some pretty big complaints that I just like don't think were really valid. So the first game is called Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, great
Darkest
game.
Dungeon, right? Great game. But there's a whole crap ton of people who have complaints about the difficulty of the game, and so like there's a whole group of people who are like, I don't want to play a game where I'm just like I'm losing my guys all the time. Like
Yeah.
it's a hard game, it is, but I think it was designed that way, and I think that the people who kind of like boot it up and they think it's going to be like this party game, or like you go in and like you're always winning or always like getting a whole bunch of stuff. It's not like that. Like it's a party game where you have to be like smart about decisions you make, and sometimes it's not even about how smart you are. Like you're just going to get really, really unlucky. You're going to get your whole party wiped, whatever. They're gone forever, right? That's part of the game, but a lot of people think, you know, that's not how it should be, or it's going to be easier than it, or it should be easier than it is. But I don't agree. I think the game is, I think the game is dope. I think the art is amazing. I think the music is amazing. Character design amazing. I love it. So I don't think those complaints really have much value. And then the next one is a very similar story. Really, really big following. It's For Honor. For Honor, when it came out, there were a whole bunch of complaints, and there still are a whole bunch of complaints about the overall balance of the game and the servers, which are still having a whole bunch of problems. But in my opinion, you know, I've played it a couple times. Yeah, there are some unbalanced features. The story is hard AF, lol. But I think if you go into the game and you're playing it online, and you're not taking it like super seriously, like you'll always have a great time. I think that people are going into this game and they want to make like a super competitive game out of it. Oh, my camera's tripping. Hold on, it's coming back. There it is. They want to make like a super competitive game out of it, and I don't think that's what it is. Like, I don't think it's like a traditional fighting game. I don't think you should treat it like that, which a lot of people do. So if you just like go in, you're just like having a good time, trying to like learn some of the cool mechanics without making it like a super competitive thing, I think it's a great game. Yeah, so those are the two that I chose.
All right, cool. All right, so I did. So I have a little assortment of games here. I've got 4 of them, but I'm gonna pair 2 of them up here. But I definitely picked games that definitely reviewed lower on Metacritic.
Yeah.
I'll go through the scores here and such. But so the first one, I actually recently just picked this up and beat this, was The Order 1886. So if going on Metacritic here real quick, this has a 63 on Metacritic. So a lot of people's problems with this game was that it was way too short. It was too short. There was a lot of repetitive scenes, and the game, I do agree with this complaint, it does kind of hold your hand a little bit. You'll be doing like a specific, you'll be walking through like an area and you have to vault over something, and anytime you have to vault over something, it'll literally comes up with a little thing on the like top like right of the screen saying, oh, press forward in X to vault. It's like, I've already done this like 5 times. You don't have to tell me again. Anytime you had to do the lock picking mini game, it came up again. Any of the mini games that you had to do, it would come up and tell you how to do it.
Yeah, again. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah. And to speak on the game's length, yeah, it is a little bit shorter. I think I beat it in 5 hours. So I mean, I did have multiple play sessions of it, but I didn't really play it for that long. I played it maybe like 30 minutes at a time. So I was able to get a few play sessions out of it, but it is definitely on the shorter side. And the ending ends on a complete cliffhanger that I don't think will ever get solved, which really sucks.
That feels really bad.
The world in this game is so cool. It's about the Order, as it's called, and they're basically these knights that have been around for centuries. They basically have these little vials of this holy water with them that extends their life force. So some of these knights
Okay.
have been around for 6 centuries. They've been around as long as King Arthur has. And whenever they're like severely wounded, they drink it and it heals them. It can't bring somebody back from death, but as long as you're still alive, you will heal up. And just the weapons are really cool for the time. It's got a lot of like historically accurate weapons that weren't necessarily available in 1886 in real life, but in
Yeah.
this one, like they've just progressed their technology so far that they
Mm.
have these really cool weapons. And still one of the best looking PS4 games in my opinion. This came out in 2015 and it still looks really really good. There are a few little tricks they do to kind of hide the textures. There's a little bit of blur all the time. There's kind of like that old like film grain on it. So if you do get up close, you can tell.
Yeah.
But the lighting is superb in this game. The set pieces
Okay.
look great. I think it's still one of the best looking games, and it came out in 2015.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So that's gonna be my first one. And so, the two that I'm gonna pair up here are the two Evil Dead games that came out for back in the day for on like
Okay.
PS2. So this is Evil Dead Regeneration and Evil Dead: A Fistful of Boomstick. So just going over the Metacritics for these. Evil Dead Regeneration got a 68, and Fistful of Boomstick got a 55. So, like as a kid, I really enjoyed these. So Regeneration is like a standard hack and slash. Not as good as something like Devil May Cry. There's like only really basic combos, like 3-hit combos and such. But
Okay.
I don't know. Like it was just fun as a kid. I absolutely love Bruce Campbell and Ash as a character. One of my all-time favorite movie series. And yeah, and then just quickly going over Fistful of Boomstick here plays a little bit more like open levels. It has a little bit more like Resident Evil puzzle solving stuff in it.
Okay.
Yeah, a little more open-ended, a little more puzzly than Regeneration. But I don't know, I loved these games as a kid. I watched the Evil Dead films when I was in like grade 8. They're some of my all-time favorites. I think Bruce Campbell's hilarious and he does a great job playing Ash. And what I really respect is how much dedication he has to the character.
Yeah.
And every Evil Dead game that's been made, he voices Ash in every one. They've never had to get a what you call it, like a mimic.
Yeah.
Somebody to come
That's
in and
cool.
impersonator.
That's cool.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. So I really admire his dedication to the character. And it just makes the games that much more authentic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Again, like I said, are they the greatest games? No. But they have a special place in my heart from my childhood. So
Yeah.
I really like that.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. And so the last game I have here, this for sure is definitely an example of a poo-poo game. But I still did enjoy it for what it was worth, was Duke Nukem Forever.
With a name like that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh man, this really was not the Duke Nukem game that Duke Nukem fans deserved.
No,
I feel so bad that this is what they got. I mean, I never grew up playing the original Duke Nukem. That was a little bit before my time. But yeah, fans had waited 10, 11 years for a new Duke Nukem game, and this really just was not it.
Nope.
It still had the, like classic one-liners, and it still had some of the Duke stuff, but again, it just came down to repetitive levels, just boring game design, doing the same thing over and over again, mini games that didn't make sense or didn't need to be there. But you know what? I still enjoyed it for what it was worth. It was a fun little shooter to play through regardless. And
Yeah.
I actually really liked the multiplayer, because in the multiplayer, before you went into a game, you were in like your apartment as Duke, and you could walk around, and as you leveled up, more things got added to his apartment. So the more you leveled up, the more you got to make your apartment look cooler. And it was like often little pieces of history or like some of the paintings on the walls were from like the original Duke Nukem games, so that was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, this is definitely the lowest game. This game has a 54 on Metacritic. Yeah. This is definitely probably the most prime example of a game that people do not like, that I still don't mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my games. Yeah, and so you know, the world is all full of, we all have different tastes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Well then, gentlemen, with that, I think that's gonna do it for today. So once again, we want to thank everybody for coming in and tuning in. As always, we really appreciate it. We always have fun doing this. And yeah, so you know, we'll be back again next Wednesday here at 7 p.m. to do it all again. And until then, stay beautiful, game on, and cheers, everyone.